Roe versus Wade. Boy, these things just keep coming at you, don't they? I mean, there's no... You have not had an easier... What a terrible job you have. I mean, I'm glad you're doing it, but boy, oh boy, does this seem like a bad gig.
It's I think if the court overrules Roe v. Wade and does what it's draft...
What we fear they will.
Well, if that occurs, I think we have to legislate it. We have to make sure we pass legislation making it a law that is the federal government says this is how it works.
Yet another situation where most of the country is on the same page. Something like 64% of Americans do not want to see Roe v. Wade overturned.
And it's just going to be the beginning, by the way. You know, there used to be a case called Connecticut versus Griswold.
Oh, I'm very familiar with it.
Well, you know, but all kidding aside.
Is that from the National Lampoon Vacation movie?
It is. But Connecticut versus Griswold said that you could not use contraception in the privacy of your own bedroom because in the Constitution there was no right to privacy. And so they could outlaw, and if you used contraception, it was against the law. You couldn't purchase contraception. And, you know, there's a whole range of things that are at stake here when we talk about eliminating Roe v. Wade and all the flows
same-sex
from
marriage.
I mean, it's just ridiculous, in my view. And I don't think the country will stand for it.
And I don't think the country will stand for it. And I don't think the country will stand for it. And I don't think the country will stand for it. And I don't think the country will stand for it.
But I think what we're going to have to do, there's some executive orders I could employ. We believe we're looking at that right now. But I want to keep
employ them.
But look, it's clear that if, in fact, the decision comes down the way it does and these states impose the limitations they're talking about, it's going to cause a mini revolution. They're going to vote a lot of these folks out of office. We got to keep it focused on if they overrule Roe v. Wade and the state, California won't do it, but other states say that you cannot do the following, and it's a law, you can't cross the border, you can't, all the things that some states have. And you got to make sure that you vote. You got to vote and let people know exactly what the devil you think. You got to make sure that this becomes a voting issue.